sections that Louisville runs where they can try to take advantage of who they consider weaker defenders. It's not just Hurt they want to go after.
Gold wire to Williams and a chance for three. Four threes last night for the Blue Devils. Also a very good defender. This one is way off from the corner. And Williams just goes right over the top of Jay.
Coach at Duke. Used to be the head coach at Hofstra. Won national championships. Has spent a lot of time at basketball practices. Been really covering things up.
Nice follow by Williams.
A little over 5 made per game, and Duke is going to try to make them prove it from out there, and so they don't open up drives to the basket, cuts to the basket. So far, it's been very effective.
Louisville's best offense, Jay, is kind of when Carlik Jones can get into the paint and either finish or create for others.
Yes, yes. And when they get good cutting and good movement.
How about Mark Williams? Heading into the ACC tournament, those would be Virginia, Florida State, Virginia Tech, and Georgia.
Adversity. I'm not sure any team, certainly any team in this league, has battled as much adversity this year as Miami has. How about that? Sozinski
year, which is 2024.
Louisville needed that one by David Johnson. Easy bucket to answer on the other end. Nobody. Remarkable finish by a great player. To use that left hand to get around a shot blocker and took the contact as well. He was asking for a foul. The officials wouldn't give it to him.
So Lenardi's got Louisville as one of the last 4 buys, has them in as a 10 seed right now as Williams. Shot clock at 2. Williams again. Nothing Trainer can do.
Ashton Langford running the point. Couple of changes there. Karnick getting some playing time. A lot of changes for BC as a program, certainly. With Jim Christian being cut loose in the middle of February.
They are setting up that full court pressure, trying to see if they can speed up Boston College and force some turnovers.
Duke had won 4 consecutive games and really looked like as Williams. And DeMar Langford, the freshman, for 2. So Duke by 6. Williams sweeping into the lane and banks.
Won the ACC tournament, but one team has won 4 in 4 days, and it happened to be coached by the GOAT himself, Mike Krzyzewski, but back in 2017.
Here's cooking early, gets a nice feed. Graduate. He's only played 6 games this season, but he's a guy who can shoot the threes. A transfer from Ryder.
And Scott showing a nice touch early, already knocked down a 3 and then stepping into the mid-range, but 2 buckets for him in this game. But
things trying to do that again. Felder lines up a long one, not there for him. Williams snatches the rebound. Duke moved the ball exceptionally well in the first half.
Into champ week.
Baylor's 4 games in since their long pause, and the last 2 games they have looked like Baylor again. Their game against Oklahoma State played very well.
Williams is fouled on the dunk attempt.
This game.
Good position inside. Williams with a follow, and the second time.
By 1 dribble, and they say the mid-range shot is dead. It is not. Kerwin Walton keeping it alive. That was a huge first possession for North Carolina.
Good position by Williams, and he slams it home. Carolina actually gives out a Defensive Player of the Game award in every game, unless they're displeased with everybody. Every now and again, nobody gets one. But Garrison Brooks, in his 4 years, Jay, to your point, has won the Defensive Player of the Game award 37 times. On Tuesday, 3 games there, and that gets him down to 12 for the second round on Wednesday. That is all assuming, we should just mention this once, that Virginia Tech is there. The Hokies have been off the series, a couple of games canceled. It's an ACC Player of the Year candidate, Sam Hauser for Virginia, the best 3-point shooter in the league. Will get a lot of attention. I think Carlik Jones in Louisville, too, deserves a lot of consideration.
I thought he was the front runner, actually, a couple
mileage out of 1 mishap.
It was a big mishap.
It was an epic fail. Subwins is wins by submission, right? Not a knock. Okay.
Tap out?
Yes. Knocked away by Bacon. Bounces right back to Baker. And laying it in is Williams.
Native of the state of North Carolina, who readily admits that this game carries a little more weight for him. He also was pretty vocal in saying that Georgia Tech believes it's better than Duke, and they'll try to avenge the earlier loss against the Blue Devils in Durham.
Well, there's a lot of guys out.
You'll see some 1-3-1 early, right?
Yeah, you'll see a lot of mix-ups in terms of the defense, and a lot of this is to be disruptive. That's just going to be too easy. But you bet
NCAA selects, the selection committee selects the 68 teams. If there is a team that has COVID issues, they would be replaced by one. Hey, throw strikes. Like, yeah, I'm trying to throw it off the backstop.
We refer to that as video game coaching. Pick up the ball, get a rebound, shoot it. Like, thanks.
Hit that shot. Yes. Thank you, Coachy McCocherson. There's Goldwire on the lob, and for the second time.
But that's a feel-good miss. They talk a lot about those. That's a good ball movement, clean look. You have to feel good about that. That's something you can build upon.
And we are better than Duke, and having the opportunity to prove it. He's a guy from Raleigh. We've documented his story over the couple of games we've had with Georgia Tech this year. Swam, played tennis, excellent athlete, and over the top tomorrow.
Redo?
Bubba's
Call it do-over?
Goldwire. One assist away from a career high tonight. Tried to get it to Matt Hurt. Had it knocked away. Goldwire with 6 assists so far. A bit of a homecoming for him. That might be number 7. And there's the bucket from Williams.
So I'm going to go beat him. And I just, you know, the development of his basketball game has been impressive.
And then, Ed, you're talking about is one of the things that Pastner had him doing early morning workouts early in his career because he wasn't getting time. There were a couple of plays early as Mark Williams flushes. And if you get down to a situation where you're evaluating the resumes, which are really quite similar, but you go head-to-head, if Duke wins this game, they will have swept the regular season series from the Yellow Jackets. 14 straight times the Blue Devils have beaten Tech. Can they make it 15, or can the Yellow Jackets finally stop the slide? Mark Williams with the bucket and
play straight up and try to get an offensive foul.
Goldwire takes it, and the foul from Williams.
A look at the Louisville starting 5 here tonight. Led by Jones, Johnson, Williamson, Withers, and Malik Williams. They've been getting him back. Chris Spatola and Dave O'Brien coming to you from home. Thanks for joining us. Obviously a huge game for both of these iconic programs. Duke has won 4 consecutive games. They have drastically turned their season around. Louisville recently back from a long COVID pause. Well, and that's been the case for quite a while now. He's having a tremendous year, but the rest of the team has not been able to catch up, and the Cardinals have benefited. Hurt thought about it. He's going to fire it up anyway. Can't connect. Williams the open shooter, and that'll wrap.
19 from 3. Got to be aware of him in that zone everywhere he goes.
He's had 3 straight 20-point games for the first time in his career. Duke in white controlled the tip. And they go right to the rim for the dunk. Well, when they play 7 men, Braswell's in there. Good defensive player. Buddy Boeheim, who has shot well during this 3-game winning streak, missed that one. Williams, the catch at the rim.
Off-Broadway setting, and he's really made a big improvement.
Freshman Kadari Richmond missed the fadeaway. Williams runs the floor and dunks it. Mark Williams, the off.
Stewart flew right past him.
Matthew Hurt missed the 3. Tipped by Stewart to Williams.
Especially Richmond.
Stewart a miss, and Williams skies. A second hop on the rim, which paved the way for the offensive rebound and score for Alan Griffin. The lob to Williams and a career high.
Good pass out.
Stewart, and there's Williams again.
In that regard, it's like you know, a punishment from a bad parent. You know, it's so stupid to vacate wins. Everybody knows who won.
Did you make your kids vacate wins?
I did. I made them vacate play dates. That play date never happened.
4.5 to go. Do we get you to Texas Tech and Oklahoma State? Career.
It's the big. Don't fade away. Go right up. Take some contact and try to get him off balance. That's just a strong move by Oguama.
Back inside to Williams, trying to answer on Oguama.
50 move. That time being aggressive, not settling. That was a big bucket for Wake.
Inside Mark Williams, count it, plus. The first game in Duke program history, Wake Forest got the win 24-10. Go back to March 2nd, 1906. That game actually played in Wake Forest, not Winston-Salem. Mark Williams.
Well, just about 10 minutes ago, Matthew Hurt was not in the lineup, but instead he is in that starting lineup, and so he remains the only Blue Devil to be in the starting 5 for now all 16 games this season.
And it's been a revolving door for the Blue Devils as Coach K has continued to try to find the right mix for his team. And you don't have that experience in the backcourt. We all know how important good guards are for the success of Kevin Keats and his coaching style.
Right, he's still very high on both Shaquille Moore and Cam Hayes especially, but the reality is they didn't have, as all true freshmen haven't.
Whether it be at Hargrave, whether UNC Wilmington or NC State, there's never a time where he started 3 forwards, you know, or 2 forwards at his center. But that's what he's having to do right now, just to have his best players on the floor because they have so many injuries and lack of experience.
Knowing full well that Coach Keats is a longtime Hargraves guy, and my partner, of course, played at and continues to work for Oak Hill. So
finished there by Manny Bates. Manny Bates, heard you talking about Mark Williams blocking his shot, and we've got 2 shot blockers in this game today. Manny Bates challenging Mark Williams at the rim. I tell you, it's very rare that you see, outside of University of North Carolina, you see any teams playing 2 bigs.
Had an opportunity against Carolina late, perhaps to give them the lead, and on the offensive glass is Mark Williams. His first hit some threes, got a couple of layups, it got an 8-0 run working, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, they're testing your principles. As the ball dribbles away, help drops. And when help drops, the guard just follows the basketball, at least follows up to where he can catch a pass.
How about Mark Williams well last year when Bray handed the keys of the offense to Prentice Hub? He's been really productive this season, averaging 14.5, nearly 6 assists per game, and Prentice has 8 so far in this one. Mark Williams against Juwan Durham, and Mark Williams, 6.
Still go back, the Notre Dame offense has been better than the Duke offense, regardless of the fact that it's 76 all. Duke has had to make some tough shots. They've had to work a little bit more. Notre Dame's movement has gotten them good looks.
Mark Williams inside, scores over.
He only had 1 point, 3 rebounds, 4 fouls against Clemson.
Williams there to pick up the loose.
Just didn't want any water. Not hydrating.
Around 3.5 minutes without scoring, the Blue Devils. Williams assertive as he has been lately.
His numbers 1 for 7 from the field and 2 turnovers as Alamir Doss is unable to come away with the mid-range jumper. But it's been a struggle for Clemson offensively really since they've come back from that COVID pause. 1 good shooting game against Georgia Tech, but in that game they also had 18 turnovers that did them in. So right now Brad Brownell trying to find a way to get this team back operating the way they were offensively. The defense, I believe, has returned. However, dealing with, and Jalen Johnson, as athletic as they get in college basketball, we're going to be seeing that one. We're going to be seeing that one a lot today. When you check SportsCenter top 10, it may be one of the plays of the week.
And I'll tell you what, that's just another illustration that that foot injury is a thing of the past for Jalen Johnson.
Lob over the top for Williams.
Of course, Jalen Johnson has an emphatic basket going to the rim. But DJ Stewart, as well as Matthew Hurt, everyone has been attacking, and so much so that now Brad Brownell going to the zone defense to try to protect his team from foul trouble, but self a chance and find a way to get shots up, because when you're getting wide open looks as they have this entire second half especially, it's going to be
just over 17 points per game. Knocks down his first 3 of the night. 43% from out there. He's a guy, John, who's just developed and improved, and real tough, hard-nosed competitor. How about the feet inside?
Basketball late, had the growth spurt, but what I've seen is a guy develop an understanding of how to play the game at this level, and so few take the time to do it. And, you know, there are some guys that come out like a Zion Williamson that just have it, but that's rare. The thing that I see, and the indecision seems to be coming from some of these switching defense, not switching defense, but the different defenses. They got a 1-3-1, they've got a matchup, they've gone man. Oh, that works. Just
to really step up. Guys, we mentioned Wendell Moore's got to step up and help a guy like Matthew Hurt, who's been brilliant. I mean, they need guys at goal wire and people like that to contribute so they get more balance. The young guards, the freshmen, you're talking about Roach and Stewart. I mean, Roach is super quick. Stewart takes the second most shots on the team, and he's a key player.
Be a different kind of year for Notre Dame.
Well, they're counting on it. They're a very experienced basketball team. Took their lumps 2 years ago. Last year had some good moments. And this year they're expected to do really well.
Great play by Miller. Miller, right hand, all spun out. And now the loose ball, Goldwire tracks it down. Duke the other way, trying to cut into a 12-point deficit. Oh, and a throw down there.
Trying to post up Williams. Stewart. Wow! Look at Mark Williams, the tap the scout. Offensive rebound, Williams gets rewarded. Good stick to it, and it's Mark Williams.
Comes up short. And a first look at DJ Stewart. Coach Nate James saying that Stewart just a guy that is so fun to be around, works hard, does everything the staff asks of him. The look up top.
Great pass.